Shout out to them. Looks like Mia is here. Good morning, Miss Ellis. How are you?
Good
K-
morning. I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Happy to have you. Um, so you are the daughter of Coach Kenny Ellis, I'm assuming. Yeah, I think there's a delay. Did you say anything? I didn't hear you.
I said yes.
Okay, okay. So when did you get started in the sport?
Um, I've been boxing my whole life. I started in the basement. Um, for as long as I can remember, I've been boxing.
So did you always know? Was it and would you say your dad kind of pushed that on you, or would you say that it was something natural because of what your dad, obviously with your dad training?
It was something natural because that was just something that I was always around. I always was with my father. I always went to the gym with him. And one day he put me in the ring, and he thought I was gonna quit, but I liked it, so I stayed with it.
Coach Kenny, great to have you as well. I see you caught that last question. I'm curious, how much did you push boxing on your daughter, and how much or how little did you actually want her to fight?
Good morning, man. It's a pleasure to be on. Actually, I didn't push it on her at all, and it was a choice that she made. I always tell her she don't have to do it because boxing is a tough sport, man. And to this day, I tell her, you do not have to do boxing. You do, as long as she's doing something positive, I'm good. But it's something that she fell in love with. And her and my two oldest daughters, they grew up around boxing. My oldest daughter, she used to train and spar, but she never wanted to compete. My middle daughter, she loved boxing, but she never trained. She never sparred. She just watched all of the fights. But for some reason, Mia wanted to put the gloves on, and me knowing the ins and outs about boxing, and I said, as long as I'm watching over, I'm cool with it, And I never thought she would turn pro, but just in case, I kept everything. I kept footage. I kept articles and stuff, just in case she turned pro. But I remember when she was young, she said she wanted to be a world champion. So it's my job to guide her to the world title.
Absolutely, especially being in the position that you've been in. Coach, I gotta ask, I'm curious, at what age did you know, right? Because, unique situation where you're not just the trainer, but you're the father as well. So you get, to see her in all aspects. At what point did you know like she's serious and this is a road that we've chose?
It's crazy because I tell people all the time. When Mill was born, she came home 2 days old, and I would study fight tapes every night, man. VHS, um, YouTube, however, I would always watch fights. And I would cradle Mia. Mia was in my arms while mom was upstairs recovering. We watched fights every night. I'm talking from the day she came in, 3 days old,
Mm.
and Mia got like 5 or 6 months. Even before she started talking, she would indicate that she wanted to watch boxing by grabbing the VHS, putting it in the VCR, telling me to turn it on so she can watch it. She would fall asleep, man, watching videotapes. Sometimes she would go down from upstairs down to the basement in the dark, get a cassette tape, bring it back upstairs so she can watch fights. And when
Was
she
it
started walking,
I'm
say it
sorry.
again.
No, I was gonna ask, was there any particular fighter that she enjoyed watching during this VHS era?
Listen, at that time she would watch anything. She would watch boxing. Period. When she got about 6 or 7 months, started walking. Before she started walking, though, she would flick her arms in my lap, indicating that she wanted to see boxing because she couldn't talk. She was just flicking.
Mm.
I knew what she was saying though. And then when she started walking, I put socks on her hands, started teaching her the basics, man. She was in Pampers, and that's what got us here today. You know what I mean? So she was never like forced to do it. She was always into it. I mean, she was 3 years old, man. I'd be at all the local fights, man, and Mia would be the only baby in the house, sitting up watching live boxing at a casino somewhere, at Jake the Snake, at any boxing, any local show, and she would
Right.
not fall asleep. She watched the first fight to the last fight and would not doze off, and she was 3 years old. People thought I was crazy for having a baby out there late, but she was with her dad, so I'm good with. I love having my kids with me, man. You
N-
know.
No, absolutely. Mia, I gotta ask, are you still like that where you're watching all the fights? Are you still as devoted, I guess, as a boxing fan? Do you still watch boxing that much?
Yeah, I was watching fights last night. Studying old fights from the 1990s and stuff like that. So yeah, I ain't fall off from watching fights.
What have you been who or I should say who have you been watching lately? Who have you been studying lately?
Yesterday I was watching Pernell Whitaker,
Sweet Pea.
Roy Jones. The old school fighters, because a lot of people don't know that style. Everybody trying to do this new style that's going around. So I like the old stuff.
What's the new style?
Yeah, I
Hold
was
on.
just about
What's
to
the new
ask you
style
what's the
go
new
Yeah, what's the new
style.
style going around?
For one, everybody trying to do that shoulder roll like Floyd. That's
True.
not something everybody can do. That's something that man perfected. That's something he can do perfect. Everybody can't do that. But that's them. I just worry about myself.
Mm. So I wanted to
I,
ask.
Go
Obviously,
ahead, coach. I'm sorry.
last night, a lot of times when I send me a fight, she might not know who the fighter is, but last night I sent her, um, I think it was Milt McCory and Mike McCallum.
The body
You know,
snatcher.
two rangy fighters using the jab.
Oh yeah.
Then I sent her Vernon Forrest, and she watched Vernon Forrest and Shane Mosey. I was just
Yeah.
showing
That's nice.
how Vernon Forrest was dropping that right hand over and over because Mia got a nice strong right hand, and we working on the right hand and her jab as well. And then last week we watched Larry Holmes how he used his jab. So we be watching different things with different fighters.
so Mia, I wanna ask about that one loss because obviously you having a high profile father and coach. Your publicist promotes you as Tank's sister. I wasn't expecting to see the loss on that record, so I want you to just tell us what happened and why you think that went that way.
I was going through a lot that day. Um, I had lost a family member 2 days before the fight. I didn't want to pull out the fight because that's not something I do. So I let my pride get in the way. So I still got to fight. I had people coming to see me fight, so I still went on the fort, even though I knew my mental wasn't there. But I know now not to do that again.
Now, I was there for that, Coach Kenny. If I remember correctly, you did not want your daughter to fight, or am I mistaken?
Um, I didn't want her to fight. I asked her. She said she wanted to do it, but no excuses, man. We cried, man. We cried the night before. My nephew died, man. He died the day before the fight. We cried all the way to the ring. We cried after the fight. We went back to the hotel. We cried. We cried a month later. We still cried. But it was a hurt piece, man. When Mia got in that ring, she didn't have any legs when she got up on the ring, but nobody knew it. She didn't have nothing, man. She was just going through the motions. We from a close knit family, man, and when my nephew passed away, man, the whole my brothers, my sisters, my aunts, my cousin, everybody was devastated. You
Could
know,
only imagine.
and we still pushing through it, man. And we this fight coming up, we gonna dedicate this fight to my nephew.
From that from that fight, it seems like she's moved down since. Was the weight
Um,
also no?
no, what happened is Mia fight at 130 pounds, but she always weigh in between 26, 28, 29. She never really weighed in at 30. for that particular fight, we went up to me went up to 132. We drank a lot of water and stuff, and the other girl was fighting at 35, so she can't. No, she was fighting at 40, so she came down to 30. I think 35. So Mia was she wasn't really a lightweight. Right now we 3 weeks out from the fight, and Mia's probably weighing 135, 136. She ain't even start cutting weight yet.
Mm.
So we went up in weight to fight her. The girl was shorter, but she was heavier. No excuses. But we just did it to stay busy.
But those are the money divisions. So are you in a dilemma here where you know that is the money division, but she isn't a 35 pounder,
Well,
or do you build her up?
I mean, this if you think
No,
about it though, it's big fights
uh,
26 to honestly
um,
47 for the women.
we can make Mia can make 26, but I think she's comfortable at 130. And as time go on, when you get older, you get a little heavier. She will eventually move up to be a solid 135, and eventually move up to 140 as she get to more closer to 30 years old. That weight comes with time, but right now, she's making 125, 130 pounds real easy.
So
Now,
what is the plan for her, coach?
Um, I gave this is the route we taking. A lot of young people, when you turning pro, I stress it all the time. If you're 17, 18 years old, 19 years old, take more rounds, more money. You take four rounders. After four rounders, you go to 4 6 rounders. This is Mia's third 6 round coming up. She got one more 6 rounder. That's gonna make four. Then she go to 4 8 rounds. After 4 8 rounds, you go to 10. Once you can do 4 10s, but once you get 2 10s, 3 10s, you can go to 12. Take your time and gradually build up. Don't rush it. We got one more 6 round after this one, and then we go into 8. If you don't get the rounds in the actual fight, make sure you get them in the gym with the spawn and the running. So when the time come to do more rounds, you can do more rounds because the more money, the more you get paid. And don't waste time.
coach, how many rounds and how long of rounds is Mia sparring?
Right now, she spawned 8 to 10 rounds. Her last spawn session, before we got to Florida, it was 10 rounds, 10 3 minute rounds.
And the 3 minutes that's typical?
Well, in the actual fight, she fight the women.
Two
Women are fighting 2 minute
minutes.
rounds,
Two minutes.
but they just now some places allow women to fight three. So if and when she fight 3 minute rounds, she will be ready.
Mia, what's your amateur background like?
I was what 20 and 4, I believe. Yeah, I was 20 and 4. I ain't. I mean, I went to some tournaments, but I wasn't too big on USA boxing tournaments. USA boxing, they wanted me, but I ain't like the style that they taught.
And I
It
was,
was just
can I speak on that?
Go for it.
Um, it's a reason why I didn't let Mia go to those tournaments because I've been around boxing for over 40 years and I've been to the tournaments. I heard conversations, I seen cheat, and I refused to put my daughter in that situation. Mia been in the boxing, she's been in the gym since she was 4 years old. Um, I went to the 2012 Women Olympic Trials with Tyresha Douglas. And when we got there, this was before the tournament started. It had championship night, Teresa Douglas versus a Spanish girl. How do you have them posted fighting for the championship and the tournament didn't start yet? You understand what I'm saying? I went to the
Politics to sell
tournament.
tickets.
I went to the 2005 Nationals, and I overheard a conversation. If Gary Russell, if it's a close fight, Gary Russell gets the win. This was before he even fight. Gary Russell didn't even hear this conversation, but it's not right.
Yeah.
I've seen a kid beat one of my kids because he was a relative of somebody sponsoring the tournament. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that goes on. And then last but not least, they teach a European style of. They teach all the fighters this European style. We not European. What do I want my daughter to fight a European style for? No offense to the European, but we not European. We want to get down in the bell ring. We don't want to fight no certain style. You understand what I'm saying? So I kept my daughter in the gym. I put her in some tournaments when she was very small. She won the golden belt when she was 14, but she got enough experience with being around, being around for the years. And right now, any of the girls that been to the tournaments that you see on TV, we can fight them. They can have 110 fights, 200 fights. Put us in there. You understand? The same right hand that they can throw, the uppercuts that me can throw, the same punches with 24 amateur fights.
Yeah, coach, but one can argue, obviously, having that amateur background, it gets you more notoriety. It gets you, seen more by the promoters. They seek you out more. Obviously, if you have success, you go to the Olympics. Now you're getting a bigger guarantee. You coming
Yeah.
in, you turning pro with more
But what I'm
money.
saying, it does not indicate if you can fight or not. This is a
No,
fight business. You understand? I understand where you're coming from, and you're absolutely right. But me as a professional fighter, she's off to a great start, and her name is in the mix.
no, and
Whether she went through, you
I,
understand what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And I was gonna say, obviously, you're the one that's been in the business, but for the people watching, I just wanted them to understand why it is you chose that route because we've seen plenty of fighters who have gone that independent route who didn't necessarily take the Olympic route or what have you that have had plenty of success. So it was just interesting to see, but great perspective, obviously.
Coach and Mia, have you guys happened to watch someone in and around your division by the name of Beatrice Ferreira?
No, I haven't seen
Nah.
her yet. But we had
What?
a few phone calls for some girls in our division.
What, to
Um,
fight them?
um, yeah, the zone. We got a call from somebody on the zone's team to fight Scott Nicholson.
Hmm.
Um,
Ooh,
I
yeah,
turned the
I don't
fight
know.
down because wait a minute. I turned it down because I don't think it was a TV fight. If we ever fight somebody on that level with another promoter that signed with another promoter, I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be seen because
I
Yeah.
would
there's a
call her
lot of
So,
back
rivalry.
because I'm
so
pretty sure Sky's on TV.
yeah, I was gonna
She
say
is
when.
now. She is
Oh,
now.
you mean back then?
Yeah, she is
Yeah,
now.
this was
It was
a
it
while
was
ago.
her first debut or something. I wanted to
Breaking
be on
up
the
a
big.
bit.
I wanted to be seen on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? And we got a fight a few months ago. I turned it down with Heather Hardy. She was 20. I think she's 21 or 22, former
You
champion.
said
They
no
wanted
to
us to
Heather?
fight.
Heather? Oh, whoa.
Yes,
Hold up, coach. Hold up.
listen.
Hold up.
They
So
let me
what?
say
So
something.
wait.
They
So
wanted
wait.
us to fight.
So you
They
want to
wanted us to fight.
develop her first? That's what it is. You're not ready to take the leash off because Heather Hardy is old, and no disrespect to Heather, I love her. I'm not trying, but she's old and she's worn. Like she's worn. What's
Yeah,
that girl, Vincent? Whatever.
her
They got like a trilogy. Like and
and
and every fight
bro,
she gets bloody. Like
think about her
there's
war
no
with
way.
Serrano. She
There's
had a
no way
bloody
Mia
war.
is not more skillful. Like and by and
Listen,
all you gotta do is this,
you didn't
cause
hear
she
me
don't
out
move
though.
her head.
You didn't hear
They
me
don't
out.
understand. They don't
Listen,
understand.
Mia at the time, Mia had 5 fights at the time. Heather Hardy is a former world champion, and they wanted us to fight 8 rounds for 5 grand. We're not thirsty. Offer, not saying we wouldn't have took the fight, but come on, 5 grand,
Nah,
slap
I
me in the
hear
You
face
you.
get in
once.
there. You get in there with a former world champion for 5,000.
Nah.
One
Listen,
of y'all. One of y'all
nah,
do it.
No, look. We have
nah.
we have a smoker show, and they said for me to fight, initially I'm like, yo, I need at least 10 grand. Like,
This
come
guy's
on,
this
champ.
guy's crazy.
Yo,
But
I'm
me,
a
I
public
Listen, Mia,
figure. I need
I
10
Mia,
understand
grand.
you. I understand you. Believe me, I do. I'm just saying though, you know,
Mia got 5 grand
she
for
probably could have
she.
been picked off, and that would have put your name out there.
But what I'm
Like
saying, she got 5 grand for a 4 rounders, man. I'm not gonna get in the ring 8 rounds with a former
so
world
that was
champion.
Lou.
I'm
Did
not
Lou
doing.
offer that, or she not with Lou no more?
I don't know who it was, but
No, his name wasn't Lou.
five
His
grand.
name wasn't Lou.
No,
Mm. Well, I mean, her promoter at the time was Lou DiBella, is what I thought. But wow, that's interesting. See, women get so
but
many
see what?
opportunities so soon.
But what happens, man? Word get around. I took that fight for 5 grand, and everybody expect me to take it for 5 grand. No, it's
Coach,
like
Nah,
I
nah,
ain't.
nah, nah, coach.
No,
Come
I
on.
ain't mad at you.
That's
I
a
ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you. And the reason I ain't mad at you is because Jessica McCaskill,
yeah.
when she first got offered the Cecilia fight,
Mm-hmm.
bro, they
Mhm.
offered, that was the last HBO event, bro. They offered
But you
peanuts.
talking about an undisputed champ. You
Yeah,
can't compare undisputed
but
champ to a
still,
former champ that's on her last
exactly.
leg.
So Mia technically had less to gain from that.
No, you wrong,
Bro, a
bro.
shot at all the belts,
Bro,
a shot at all the
hold on. Let me
belts.
explain. Heather Hardy
It's
is the
more.
equivalent of
Hey,
like a Shane Mosley when Canelo fought him, bruh. Heather is somebody in women's boxing. She'll be in the fucking history books.
but listen, it's more to it than that. Every time a fighter step in the ring, man, we don't know if it's their last time stepping in that ring or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that's why it would have been better for Heather, cause for you to get Heather, cause you're the youthful, you're the. But I get it. We passed that. I'm just saying, it was an opportunity though, to
It's
get
gonna
a
come. In,
former
it's gonna
world
come
champ
again.
and you a younger fighter. That's kind of what happens in boxing. That's how they do
It's
it. They
gonna come.
set it up like that all the time. You know, Josecito
It's gonna.
Lopez. He just fought Cody Crowley, former world champ, up and coming fighter. That's how it goes. That's the story of boxing.
But we getting our numbers up, man, and the more opportunities will come. And when our numbers are up and the price is right, it's a fight. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it sounds like you want her to develop though, cause we was just talking about that. I'm so glad to have a trainer that actually is doing that. Everybody is on this fast track Lomachenko thing. You know, you look at Stevenson; he was already a multiple division champ by under 15 fights. But that's the way that you're doing it is the way that it used to be done. Four of
Exactly.
each before you take off the
We
leash.
legit were just having
Yeah, we just
a
had that
discussion.
discussion
Yeah.
because it's like you don't see that anymore. You see guys skipping 6 rounders, going straight to a 10
and
maybe.
and and I think a lot of that too is you know, I think fighters see the money that Floyd make and they want to. I truly believe a lot of fighters want to get to that quickly,
And you're
and they
right.
don't
And
They rushing
develop.
it. They rushing.
they rush it, man. They
They
rushing.
rushing
They
the
rushing. They
process.
rushing. And you can't do that, man. You got to
Yeah,
take
we
your
don't fuck
time,
with
man.
them Russians. You know, they just had Brittany Griner and shit. We don't fuck with them
but
Russians. So
but coach, it seems like you don't have an issue getting her fights. I mean, obviously it looks like you guys took
No.
off for COVID, but she had 3 fights in 2022 and I'm assuming she's going to be on the Tank undercard, correct?
Yes, she's on Tank
Yeah.
Undercard January the
seven.
7th, and then she's fighting again on Tank and Garcia, Ryan Garcia Undercard.
Okay. Okay. So, do you have an opponent, Mia, for January 7th?
Yes, I'm actually fighting the girl that I was supposed to fight on the Rolly undercard. Cause
Okay.
the girl that I lost to, that's not who I was supposed to fight. We had a match for that already, but some stuff had happened in the paperwork and it didn't happen. So I'm actually
Yeah,
fighting the girl that I was supposed to fight.
So,
she
how
didn't have.
short notice was that last girl?
It
It
was
was
like 2 weeks.
yeah,
Wow.
and then the weight class was different too. But then we had the tragedy in the family, man, and the
Did
tragedy
that,
in the family, man. That was a hurt piece.
Mia, what did you learn from that? Because if your father didn't want you to take the fight and you chose, to do your own thing, I'm not saying that you were wrong, but coming out of that, how are you feeling? And I don't know, are you gonna maybe listen to your dad on certain advice in the sport more?
Yeah, like I said before, I know not to go in the ring with when I know my mental not right. I know not to do that again. So that was something I learned for that.
So we got some questions from the people. Ruin the 504 says, "Do you have any interest in a rematch with?" I'm not even gonna
Oh
try.
yeah,
We just
yeah.
had that conversation yesterday. After we fight this fight, if the girl is interested, we're gonna shoot it at it. Come in and rematch for the belt.
And
Cause
coach, would
if
you
we
what do you think you would get out of that? Is it good for your daughter's mentality? Uh because I mean, it's not like the girl is known, it's not like she's undefeated. Why revisit it? I mean, Abner Mars never went back and fought Johnny Gonzalez, who's a world champ, and actually knocked him out. Why do you feel the need to want to revisit it?
because we know that night that we wasn't 100%, but the viewers did. The viewers don't know. Some of them know, but a lot of people just don't know, and we want to go in there at 100% mentally. You know,
So
it
it
was a
looks
good
like our
fight.
live chat is very interested in, since you didn't want the fight for 5 grand. What did she make in her last fight? But I think you said you were already making 5,000 for 4 round fights, is what you said.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna go in the ring going backwards. 5 grand, 5 grand for 8. The more rounds, the more money. And a lot of fighters don't understand that, man. You putting in work. You know, it's a raise on the job.
For
If
sure.
you're doing more on your job, a regular job, you want more money, right?
No, and then I think on top of that too, certain fighters they may take that chance because they look at it as their only opportunity. But I feel like you being in a sport, you able to kind of guide her. I mean, we talking about it now, how you guys is doing it the traditional old school way. 4 rounders, 4 6 rounds, so on and so
I
forth.
mean, on
So
top of that, though, you know who you are and who she's with. You don't really have to take those. You
And
know,
then it wasn't for a belt. It wasn't a belt on the line or
yeah,
nothing
no,
like
I
that.
mean, I
You know
get
what
it,
I'm saying?
because Heather won't be on a Tank undercard. So you don't need the Heather Hardy fight. Like, Mia's gonna build her name on her own. But
Right.
it seemed like a good opportunity from the outside looking in. Obviously, I got some more
Did
here
y'all?
from. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
did y'all see the press conference between Alicia Baumgartner and McCallum Ayers?
yes,
McCallum Ayers
Absolutely.
kept on teasing her because she didn't come through the amateur rankings. She's not how can you beat me? You didn't do anything in the amateurs, this and that. But what people fail to realize, every fighter has their own path. It has nothing to do with the amateurs. I might have something on my mind that pushed me hard that you never experienced. You know what I mean? My life, the way I came up, the struggle is might be what pushed me. Some people go through the amateurs just to get the experience, to learn how to develop as a fighter. You have Mia that's been in the gym since she was 4. She already developed, even though she haven't been to the tournament. She got hard. When she was 8 years old. She was in front of a crowd of 250 people several times. She fought the main event on 2 pro cards. Um, a pro am card with when you got an 8-year-old kid in front of 250 people, that's equivalent to being in front of 16,000 people to an 8-year-old. When they look up and see all of them people, they don't know. An 8-year-old don't know it's 250 people. You understand what I'm saying? So when people say, "Oh, Mia never been in front of a crowd," she's been in front of a crowd when she was a baby. She's good. She's ready. Time will tell, but we on a mission, man, and just for all I can say to people,
Coach, you
just watch,
confusing me. You saying she's ready, but then you saying you want to give her 4 of each.
because I'm still gonna take my time with it. I'm not rushing, man. The numbers,
There's no
the
need to
seller fight,
rush. There's no need to
the
rush.
the,
No,
the, the seller fight.
And Mia, I'm not trying to rush you. I don't want you to leave this
What I'm
interview like, yo,
saying,
what's
listen,
up with that dude? No, I'm just saying he is giving mixed signals by saying you're ready, which means, for boxing fans,
look,
when you say someone's ready, they ready for a world title. They ready for a champ. They ready for the next level. Like, that's how we
the
interpret that.
sell, the sell fights. The numbers have to look good. Everything have to look good to make people say, "Oh, dang, this is a good fight." You know what I'm saying? So we taking our time, man, and then when people don't like the way you do things, it make them want to see it even more. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't, again, I want to reiterate, I don't mind the slow route. You're only 22. Women are peaking like heavyweights in their 30s. So, like, for you to develop in your 20s and then 26, 28, get that leash cut off and attack
I
these
mean,
women.
shit.
You'll still be younger than them.
I
Not
want to say,
saying not saying we're gonna go all the way to 26, 28 before I cut her loose. I didn't say that,
No,
but
I know you
we on a
didn't.
mission. Yeah, we
I
on a
know you
mission.
didn't. I mean, but I do want y'all to check out Beatrice Ferreira because she's in your division. Um,
Oh
and
yeah, I did see her. She fought 2 weeks ago.
twice.
She
Like,
fought the
Oh,
real
you talking about the
strong
girl
girl.
from the zone? From
yes,
the
from
zone.
Yeah,
Rio, from Brazil.
yeah. I watched it. Little
She's
stocky
nice.
girl. Yeah,
Yes.
I
She
like it.
got she
Yeah,
got two fights, right?
She
Two
just
fights.
had
yeah,
two big wins, yes.
yeah. She fought the strong lady and stopped her. I think in the
Her coach,
second, first or second.
her debut was a 6 round fight, I think. Look it up, please, with
I
three
watched it.
minute rounds.
I
Three
seen it. I
three
seen it.
minute.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, she
I
alright.
seen it.
She alright.
Mia,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on that? Because we was just at the WBC convention, talking about the 3 minute rounds. I ain't gonna lie, I got up there and I fought because they telling me women can't fight 3 minute rounds, but what the fuck they doing in the gym? Is they not sparring 3 minute rounds?
Mia just confirmed she
Right.
spars three
Then the
minute rounds.
sparring men most of the
You
time. If you
smart.
like that, if a woman is like that, every woman I've seen with hands sparring men in the gym.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we spawned 3 minutes, 10 rounds. So I don't understand like what the problem is with that. But I see that they making it optional in some places. So hopefully
Yeah.
it's just they can make it a mandatory thing.
So for you, it's something that you told obviously haven't been able to do it yet, but you're absolutely open to fighting those 3 minute rounds.
Yeah, yeah. I do
What
three
do you
minutes.
think the benefit is?
More time to get off what I got. Cause prime example, the Serrano and Katie Taylor fight. I feel like if they had an extra minute in those rounds, Serrano could have, got more off.
For
Because there
sure.
was times where Katie Taylor was getting saved by the bell in my eyes.
When you
So
say
Even
get
with
when
even
you
with Clarissa Shields, man, she haven't knocked a lot of people out. But if it was 3 minute rounds, she would have more knockouts. Clarissa
yeah,
Shields.
that's
Sometimes
kind of
people knock you out later towards the end of the round. Clarissa Shields would have way more knockouts if she was fighting 3 minute rounds. But she be breaking the women down, man. But as soon as she break them down, the bell ring.
It looks like, at least from the WBC convention, it looks like we're gonna get 12 rounds before we get the 3 minute rounds
yeah. So they'll probably give women. The WBC probably will sanction 12 2 minute rounds
versus the
versus
10 that they have now for title fights.
yeah.
That's good. That's a start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
And
start.
that's what they said. But Marlon Esparza was at the helm of that, and she's already gotten the opportunity to fight both 2 and 3. And I just think more women need to be vocal, but also come together, which is something that I think you remember who brought that up on the panel. I don't want to take credit for it, but I think that you guys need to have your own summit, find out what you want to do as a whole, and then push that because some girls want 12 rounds, 2 minutes. Some girls want 3 minute rounds, 10 rounds,
Coach, and
I
then
think
and
hmm
I
then
think
go ahead.
I'm, I think if two fighters agree to fight 3 minutes, they should have the fight in the state that allows the 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
The problem with that is obviously Tank is the main attraction. His undercard fights where he fights. So, and most women aren't the main event until they are Clarissa or Katie or Serrano.
Right, right.
hmm
So, I mean, when you're the main event, obviously we're hearing that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano will be fighting in Ireland this time, which is crazy. What's
Wow.
your thoughts on that fight? Can Amanda get a win in enemy territory?
I think if it's 3 minute rounds, she can get the win.
Mm.
Yeah, 3 minutes. It
Minute
gotta be
round.
3 minutes.
That first fight in the fifth round, if it was 3 minutes, she would have stopped Katie Taylor.
Mia, what's your thoughts on Katie Taylor as a fighter?
I think I like Katie Taylor, but in the future, I would like to be in the ring with her and fight her before she you know retire or whatever. But she a dub for sure.
Yeah, I think I undervalued her until most recently.
Mhm.
Like she throws so many punches. That is not easy to do. That's she's got a real
Yeah.
professional fighter's
Yeah,
tank,
she's
man.
strong.
Yeah, she
She
let
pretty
those
strong
hands
too.
go, man. And you gotta
Yeah,
admire
she
that
did.
because it takes so much stamina to be in that type of shape to let those hands go from every bell to every bell. But I got another question here. Um, Brandon in Houston says, "Did you hear about Team Combat League? They had a 126-pound division for women and playing well. Curious if you tried out."
That's
No, I ain't
boxing.
hear about that.
Yeah, that's the thing Dewey Cooper's doing. Um, it's called Team Combat League. It's only one round. But if you don't know about it, yeah, you're going. It's it's
Nah, I
it's
don't
not
want.
easy to
Nah,
explain, but it
It's
doesn't
one
go on your
round.
professional record. It doesn't go on your professional
nah.
record. There is a six-figure contract though, coach. It's starting in March. Believe me, fighters that you know have definitely tried out. Ken Porter had three of his fighters try out. I mean, very very popular fighters have tried out
Yeah,
because it's a lot of money for not fighting a 12 round fight and a
one
team
round.
sport where you might get a check because they paying you every 2 weeks even if you don't fight because they trying to make boxing into a team. So it'll be 12 rounds. I
And you
think
fight
24 fighters.
and you fight 2 rounds, so you'll fight like 1 round in the first half and then 1 round in the second half.
Yeah. They had
I
tryouts
got
all over the world.
They was in Baltimore.
Yeah, they had New York, Houston, it's gaining
out the
steam. You going to see
They've even added more cities now. They was just in San
yeah, they
Antonio.
went back to San
Text.
Antonio and LA.
Yep.
I know Dewey Cooper. I'm surprised he didn't call me, but I'm gonna reach out to him and
Yeah, you
investigate it a
should.
bit
You
more.
should. You should because
I
they have
will.
not picked the teams. And we live streamed the Las Vegas event. Man, it was a lot of people there. Like everybody was trying out.
Chop Chop Corley came out.
Chop Chop tried out, man, because I'm telling you, six figures to be on the bench. Like some dudes, you know, professional. First of all, professional fighters ain't getting paid every 2 weeks, and I think they said the minimum
Right.
was gonna be
I think 1,000 or some
no,
shit.
no, higher than that on a 2 weekly on a biweekly basis. I'm telling you, it
Mm.
was good money for biweekly, and you getting a check, and it don't go on your professional record. Shit, didn't Rob try out too, Safar?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of professionals tried out,
Oh
but
no, no, he ain't try out, but he was there.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to take out down that road. We got another one here from Alejandro Vega in Florida. He says, "Have you sparred Tank before? Did he jump out before the end of the scheduled rounds? My best to you and your family. Have you sparred Tank? I'm sure he's worked with you, right?
Yeah, he worked with me. It ain't like, full blown going
Of
at it
course not.
sparring. Of
Yeah.
course not. But yeah, we work with each other.
Do you know Shadeja Green?
Shadeja, that it
Nah.
sound familiar.
Yeah, nah,
Nah.
she's not in your division, but she's been down like Philly and Baltimore for sparring every now and again. She has
I, I
sparred
I
like
heard that name before.
I think she sparred Boots and Julian Williams when she was out there.
What weight she fight?
68.
68.
Yeah, yeah. I asked that because you said she sparred with Boots and them. She must be kind of big. Even though Boots could work with anybody, he'll work with a 106 pounder. He a good person to work with. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
funny.
we
That's
we heard
funny.
he was sparring heavyweight yesterday or the day before. No, the day of the convention actually.
No,
Yeah, I witnessed him spar a light heavyweight, cruiserweight. Boots putting in some serious work, man.
Oh, you
He the
talking about
next
when he
step.
when he allegedly knocked out Demond?
He never listen. He never knocked him on.
Yeah, that's
I
the
was
rumor,
there.
right?
Yeah, it was good work. It's an idiot that was in our circle before, and we pushed him out of our circle. When the mom got ready to fight Belanga, he called a commissioner in that state and said the mom got knocked out because he
Mm.
was upset with us for pushing him out. But Boost is a good person. His dad is good. They sparred about 8 good rounds. Nobody got knocked out, and the rumors started from. I don't want to put his name out there, but the dude is an idiot, man.
Mm.
But nah,
Okay, because
Demond
that
Boots never
definitely
left the
got
camp.
out, man. That definitely got out. I had interviewed Demond though, and I asked him. He said that wasn't true either.
Nah, and Boots will tell you himself that it wasn't true. His dad will tell you it wasn't true. But it's a clown that's running around dragging people's names because he's upset with us.
Coach, what happened with Cassius Chaney, man? He used to work
Um,
with y'all. Now it's like he not even fighting no more.
Sometimes people walk into your gym to sell you a dream, and when you think it's grass green on the other side, you fall for the BS. He's a good dude, but he decided to go with some guys, and the dream that they were selling him just wasn't true.
Mm.
You know, well, I wish him the best, wherever he is, though.
Yeah, man. You think he could still turn it around? He only suffered that one loss to George Aries from New York, Demetrius
Um,
Salita fight, I believe, or Lou
yes,
DiBella.
he can with the right coaching and listening. He can do it. He can turn it around for sure.
I gotta ask, cause she's in and around your weight class, and obviously a zone fighter. Have either one of you ever seen Ramla Ali?
Mm.
Yep,
If
I seen him. I'm watching it. Mia watched it a few times. Mia probably can't tell you exactly who she
She,
is, but then again she might. But
I
yeah,
think I
I
know.
watch it.
I think I know who she is. She the
Yeah, yeah,
slim one, right?
yeah. Now listen, we'll fight them girls, man. But I want it to be on TV.
no,
Don't call me the
she on
reason.
Muhammad
TV.
Ali on
She
TV.
she been on TV. You
Yeah,
know
if the
they
call if the call comes, we taking it because a lot of times if we coming in on a show and the other girl is signed with the promoter, the game is wicked. They gonna favor the girl. They gonna cheat. They'll give it to you. But as long as the world see it, I'm okay with it.
Mm.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
be
want to fight where the TV where the world can't see it, and then you hear about the loss, but you really don't know what happened. So if we should lose and you can turn it on and watch it, and say, damn, they robbed the shit out of me.
nah,
You
coach.
know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you,
So hold on. Let me get your thoughts on Mia. Start with you on Tio Sandor. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Who you thought won? What you think of that fight? Cause I just bringing that up because your father said he would rather you fight on TV so the whole world could watch it in case any foul stuff happens. Obviously, there's some controversial
It's
shit went down in that fight.
That's the girl. That's the girl from the
No,
other
no,
country,
no,
right?
no. I'm talking
No,
about
Tio.
Tiafimo Lopez versus
Oh,
Sandor Martin last Saturday.
oh.
I
I,
mean, I don't see they. I think they really just try to keep Tio in the game, but like Devin Haney said, I don't think he's gonna be the same no more
Mm.
after
I think
Campbell.
Tio. I think Tio got to take care of some mental issues, man. I might be wrong, but
Yeah,
something's not clicking upstairs with him right now. I thought he won the fight. He could have did better in the fight, but I thought he did enough to win. But the stiffer competition at 140, he got a lot of things to work on, man.
Did you think that was
Yeah.
yeah.
an official second knockdown that they didn't give Sandor?
Um, the first one was a knockdown, but the second one, it was iffy.
And do you think why do you think it was iffy? Because obviously I seen something, but I don't want to lead the witness.
Um, if I'm remembering correct, it was did his feet get caught up or something?
Nah, so I feel like he hooked him, but then he hooked him. So he hooked him, but he had him behind the head, so he kind of pulled him. So I think that's why
Yeah, it was
people
like
It
a
was like
push.
a pull push or something, right?
like a hook with the
Yeah,
where he hooked behind the head and you go with it. So
Yeah.
like I think that's why people was
yeah.
okay with it. But man, I thought the punch land.
It just like the fight a few weeks ago when the guy he didn't really get thrown out the ring. It was
oh, you talking about
the kid.
Montana
Yeah, the kid
and
was in motion.
Sparks?
Yeah, he was more like get off me, but they made it like he's like get out of here. But it happens in boxing, man.
Mm.
It happens in boxing. But I thought T.O. did enough to win.
Okay. Last one here, Mia. We got from Brandon. It says, since Coach Calvin got your dad to say it yet. Oh man. Since he got Coach Calvin got your dad to say it yesterday. He wants you to attempt to say, I watch Blues Clues on YouTube drinking a Mountain Dew line. You don't got to say line. He just wants you to say, I watch Blues Clues on YouTube drinking a Mountain Dew. And this is obviously because you're from Baltimore with the two.
Yeah, hey man, they think people from Baltimore can't say that because of our accent, but I said it yesterday.
Can you say what?
She
One more time?
practicing.
I watch Blues Clues. What else? About drinking Mountain Dew?
No, I watch Blues Clues on YouTube drinking a Mountain Dew.
I
I
watch
watch
Blues.
Blues Clues on YouTube drinking a Mountain Dew.
I got one. I got one for you, man. You ready?
Yo, it's not my question. That's my producer
But
getting me in trouble. I don't even like that
no,
question.
this for the producer. She sells the seashells at the seashore.
Oh, yeah, that's an old one. That's hard, but you got to
Yeah,
say it 3 times fast so you can mess it up. She sells
yeah. Go
by the
ahead.
seashore. She sells by the seashore. She sells by the seashore.
Yo, that's like Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Coach Mia, man, thank you guys so much. Please give out your social media in case anybody's not following you. They can do so, and we appreciate you coming on the show. And, yeah, man, we'd love to get you back on closer to fight week. I know you guys are about 3 weeks out now.
Yeah, my Instagram is Mia Killer B1.
Coach
Coach.
Kenny, Ellis, all social media.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. There you have it, ladies and
No problem.
gentlemen. Mia Ellis and Coach Kenny Ellis. We appreciate you guys coming on the show.
YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.